Hello everyone, welcome to the best map in the game. Recently been added back into the rotation. And we find ourselves as the last pick. Now, this is some post-commentary, so the game already has been played through. I can slightly remember the result of the game. We are currently Diamond 3.5. So we are not up to our demotion or promotion games, so we're just accumulating points at this point. Obviously, we hover over on the XUL, because XUL is really good on this map. He can double soak the top and bottom lane. So Falstad and XUL are very good options for this map. We see our Zockney friend and Martini have both went for Tracer. Martini eventually switches to Tazadar. And the enemy team first picks it away. Very nice, very nice. It's a good pick for the chests, but overall, I mean, you still have to be a very good Tracer, and you have to have a team that can support Tracer. So, yeah, you can't just randomly pick her, I would say. She is still very squishy. And of course, if we manage to lock in XUL, Bone Prison will either force out the recall, or it will make her be in a very bad situation for a long time. Now, I'm hovering the Sonya here because I don't really think the Sonya works too well. XUL is melee, Tracer would be melee if we can get her. Sonya also melee, so I'm not really keen on that much melee, but she goes and locks it in. Not a fan. Sonya is good on this map because she can do the camps and mercs and get all the coins for us as a team. But if you already have the XUL and you know, another melee assassin, plus obviously you're gonna have the team tank, it's going to be a lot of melee stacked on there, and I'm not keen with Sonya. Sonya is probably the first one to get rid of in that scenario. XUL is obviously a lot more useful. You need the tank, really. So yeah, that was a lot of talking. The enemy team goes for Malfurion and Falstad. So to stem the tide with Tracer combo, we ban out the Tassadar. Falstad obviously was probably one of the other options that I would go for, because he has that global, he can soak. He's got mid-range damage. I wouldn't say it's long range, because you need to stay close to your target to get any sort of lightning rod damage out. The Hammerang's good for poke, good for wave clear. Malfurion's really strong. Brightwing is good for the same reason Falstad is, global soakage, but it's not really necessary if you manage to lock in the XUL. Unfortunately, I'm last pick, so there is an option, there is a chance that we won't get the XUL. That being said, Brightwing's there to pick up the slack if we don't get the XUL. Nova, not keen. Let's just say I don't know how this guy's the banner. Let's just say that right now. A little bit of a spoiler alert. So instead of Nova, he goes for Zeratul. Equally useless, because we have melee. XUL, melee. Sonya, melee. ETC, melee. We don't need more melee. So that's why I'm currently hovering the assassins to see what he could have picked. Lunara, Li Ming, Tychus, Jaina, all much better options. So not a fan at all. So other than that, I like the XUL, if we manage to get it. It's looking that way. So we got the XUL, I like it. ETC, I like it. Brightwing, I like it. Sonya, I don't. Zeratul, I don't. Alright, let's get ready for battle, ye landlubbers. Now, at this tier, I was torn between Backlash and Shade. And I won't pick this talent for a while. Mainly because Backlash, it doesn't increase the cooldown of your armor ability. Whereas Shade is probably better because it can evade basic attacks. They have a lot of basic attack heroes, but you have to give a trade-off by getting an extra 20 seconds on the cooldown. Whereas Backlash, still 30 seconds, but it's not going to get as much use. They have a lot of range, they don't have double tanks, that sort of thing. They have very little engage, and the engage that they do have has very good escapes.
The balance will be preserved.
So on the whole, this is probably going to be a fairly boring first 5 minutes as the XUL. Because if you are the XUL on this map, all you have to do is farm minions. Now they did pick up the Johanna, and she can do an okay job at soaking as well, but she's not as fast. So every once in a while, she's either going to miss a wave, or the minions are going to stack up and get some siege damage done. XUL doesn't have that problem. So they're going to have to send somebody up to help now and then. Obviously the team is full bottom, so I'm not even going to contest the chest. Contesting the chest would probably just get me killed at this point. We're going to force out the recall, yep. And this is a pretty good Tracer. But you can see, look how many auto attacks we're soaking up. And we popped the shield just in time to negate some of the ultimate damage. And yeah, she just got a little bit aggressive because she could see that I was such low health. And I mean, I was a little bit scared, but you know, I had the safety of my towers there. And she thought she was better than what she was. So other than that, we gave up the chest, that's fine. We were never going to get any coins out of the chest. If we tried, we would have died. Our objective right now is to be pseudo-Vikings and go between lanes and just kill all the minions while trying not to die. The enemy team, if you're up against a XUL doing this, then you're probably not going to have a hero that can wave clear as well as the XUL, so what you need to do is gank him between lanes. Obviously, the strategy is go from mid to top to mid to top to mid to top, clearing out the minion wave. So you basically know what the XUL is going to do for the first 5 minutes of the game, which gives you more than ample time to set up a gank, especially during, like, in between the lanes where the watchtower is. You can intercept the XUL and kill him. And if he's there, he can't soak the XP, he can't push the lanes, he can't do siege damage and kill your structures. So that's always an option. That being said, if you do that, you're going to have to use 1 or 2 heroes to do that, and that could give you the rest of the XUL's team time to push bottom. That being said, I mean, at this point, I'm doing my job okay. But I'm a little worried because, you know, we're not really getting much done in bottom lane, it seems. And I'm worried that there's a lot of talking in the chat. And if there's a lot of talking in the chat, that means there's not a lot of fighting and stuff being done. Because you can't talk, you can't type a sentence and still play to your best. So I see they're going to go for another gank. Tracer has to use the recall. And we're going to get out of there. Luckily, Tracer doesn't have the biggest burst damage without the bomb. Johanna doesn't really have a lot of damage anyway. So luckily for us, they don't have the biggest damage gank squad. But as you can see, I think all we've been doing is going around and getting camps and coins, and we lose our Zeratul. I'm not sure how many times he's died yet, but you can see now we've had the Sonya, and now we've had the Brightwing, both having a go at this guy. For me, he's died once, so fair enough. But for me, I'm doing my XUL job, I'm doing my duties well. But yeah, we should have, I mean, they have 2 people in the top. That means it should, I mean, theoretically be a 4v3. And we should be able to push down the fort in the bottom lane. But Sonya splits off to do camps. Zeratul, I don't know, keeps dying. Yeah, so I'm not sure how they didn't get much done. That being said, we survive a successful 3rd gank. So probably Shade was the best option. All that auto attack damage not going through. And you can see Sonya is doing their camp now, so she goes round and just gets all the camp. I mean, they do have 19 coins, so fair enough for them. Unfortunately for us, we're stuck doing the soaking game with this Johanna. But I mean, we should probably forego getting all of the camps and really just ram their bottom lane in. That sounds really wrong, but you know what, you get what I mean. Force the lane, kill the bottom fort. You should technically win the lane because you have a numbers advantage, especially with their tank and one of their best damage dealers not there. Again, we pop the shield as soon as the grenade comes our way. Tracer's trying to do her best and kill us, but again, she doesn't have the greatest sustain. I was deciding whether to stay. I don't have a lot of health, but I knew the minion wave was coming up. The minion wave would attack Tracer because there wasn't any minions, but I thought, you know what, I'm more useful alive, getting XP, than trying to actually kill Tracers. So we back out just in the nick of time. And at this point now, we don't even need to tap the well. All of these ganks, yeah, they might get us to like 10% health, but that doesn't even matter now. As long as they don't kill us, it doesn't really matter, because as long as we clear the waves, we're going to start getting healed by all of the skeletons that we raise. And now we have teammates muting each other. So, I mean, as you can see, not a lot getting done in the bottom lane. We did manage to get a turn in, but I'm not sure on the structural integrity of the bottom lane just yet. But lucky for us, Tracer misses a bomb. So that means I don't have to use the cooldown of the shield. And that's good for us. Now, they've had 2 up here this entire time. Probably about 3 minutes of this game, they've had 2 people in this lane, and we still haven't managed to get anything done. Zeratul is sitting around middle. We can see all 3 of the enemy team on the map. Zeratul was still middle for no reason. If you can see all the enemy team on your map, you know they're not going to be turning in. It looks like we are starting to shove bottom lane a little bit, which is good, but again, we're going to die. ETC seems like he's died a lot. And the team isn't happy that ETC got stage dive. And to be fair, yeah, I kind of agree. They do have an exceptional amount of interrupts for Mosh Pit, but I still think it'd probably be more useful. They do have Johanna. They have the Zagara Maw. They have Twilight Dream, I suppose, and they also have Gust. That being said, even if you don't get a Mosh Pit off, if it's not a coordinated team, they might use all of their abilities at once. Just because he uses Mosh, it might bring out the Gust, it might bring out the Twilight Dream, it might bring out the Devouring Maw, which is a pretty good trade even if you don't get the Mosh. It means they don't have the really good 3 heroics. So at this point I'm just trying to do a little bit of damage. I mean, Zul on his own doesn't do an awful lot of damage, especially against a Johanna. Johanna doesn't do an awful lot of damage either, so it's fairly futile, really. I'm just trying to put pressure on her so she doesn't pressure the wave, but it doesn't really work out that way. So at this point the chests have spawned. I see Sonya coming to get the chest, so I'm going to clear out the wave for more XP. Help Sonya with the wave. I'm going to try and not collect any of the coins. So that means we only need 1 person to turn in instead of needing 2 people to turn in. And guess what? 9 minutes into the game, we're still going to collect XP. Now the camp that Sonya got earlier is now pushing up. This is good. Gives us a lot of lane presence, a lot of pressure for the enemy fort. So if I can stay here and send this gigantic wave into the fort, we're going to get a lot of structural integrity destroyed. As you can see. Such good camera work. Such good camera work. So I'm like, do I join the fight? Do I go up and do that? Do I get doubloons? No, I'm coming down. And then I realise it was probably not worth the time. And then I realise, no, actually, yeah, I will come down. But ETC has decided to dodge dive towers, really. And that costs him his life. We see a Maw go off at the top. And a VP. So the VP didn't achieve much. You could argue that it saved 2 teammates' lives, but I'm not sure. I'm not convinced. So I decide, you know what? I'm done with that. I'm done with trying to team fight. And then I realised Sonya went to turn in 18 coins when we didn't have vision of any of the enemy team. I'm going to try my best to stall. I managed to stall 10 of them, but now I have Tracer on me. Drop down the bone prison. She doesn't recoil out of it straight away, so we do get some damage on her. But yeah, that was... we have Sonya raging again, but basically what she did there was she tried to turn in 18 coins when we didn't know where any of the enemy team are. If we knew Johanna and Falstad were up top soaking, let's say we saw the rest of them down bottom lane where they are now, then that's fine. But if you know that one person, if the enemy team looks at the scoreboard and sees one person with 18 coins, they know that person is going to want to turn in. All they have to do is stay by the turning point. So I'm going to push the wave. That should get us the fort, and it does. So basically, we've had one turn in that got us the middle fort, and I've got the top fort myself, really. With the help of the camp that Sonya got, to be fair. But all of them good deeds that she done, she just erased by giving the enemy 10 coins, 18 coins. It was an absurd amount of coins.
Thank you.
And because of that, they have enough for another turn in right now. I don't know if we're going to get there in time to stop it. But yeah, ETC not making any effort to interrupt. ETC actually went to bot lane for some reason. Zeratul, I don't know, man. What was that VP? He's basically now forced the team into an engagement with 15 to 16, so they have a talent tier. And he baits the friendly team into engaging, which gets me killed, and it gets him killed. And he wasted VP. It was probably one of the most pointless uses of VP, which was to stop a single Zagara turning in full coins, which, you know, he didn't even stop, he just delayed. So, yeah, that wasn't a good play. Talent tier down. Yeah, just not good all around. And yeah, we didn't have a tank. We didn't have our tank. Our tank was in bot lane cleaning up minions. So it's fairly safe to assume that they are going boss now. They managed to wipe out 2 of us and get a turn in. And they have vision, and we can't see them on the map. So yes, and there's the boss cap. So we can defend the boss.
The journey.
And to be honest, we're not that far behind. Yeah, we're a keep down and they have an extra fort, but I mean, I would have thought that 4 people on the friendly team could have gotten the bot keep. A nice ice block from Brightwing negated the Tracer ults, and we get a kill on Tracer and Falstad. This is looking pretty good, but our Zeratul is rooted in place, gets killed by Johanna. I drop the Skeleton Mages, get the kill onto Zakara, get a nice root onto Malfurion. Oh, and it's just not enough. So we got 3 kills. I don't know if we got any coins out of that. It looks like we did, because I haven't picked anything up from elsewhere. I haven't done any chests or mercenary camps, so I must have got 5 coins there. But they did get a bit of value from the boss. But I guess we stopped their turn in, I suppose. ETC going to get more coins. And I don't mind tanking the minion wave because we're going to get an absolute truckload of healing by raising the skeletons. And we're back to pretty much full health. And some good timing for the chests. We see Falstad flying in. Can we land a root? No, he's going to get out of there. That's really, really annoying. But there's not much we can do about it, unfortunately, as a melee character. Looks like we did get all of those coins. And looks like the enemy team got the top chest. So, Sonya says force fight. The rest of the team is here, so that was fine. I think we're good to go. But unfortunately, the team doesn't agree. For some reason, ETC is always at the back of these engagements. It was a rough engagement. I was the one who initiated, not ETC. But that was only because I thought that the rest of the team was there, ready to back me up. Unfortunately not. We get taken out by a Mutalisk. And it descends into chaos. So I guess it was my bad for initiating the fight. But I mean, we have to do it before they get 20, basically. If we didn't do it there, they would get 20, and then we really wouldn't have a chance. So we do it there, before they get 20, we get all the coins, we turn in, we get ourselves 20 and not them. ETC was at the back and decided to go run away, basically. Zeratul came up for the flank, that's fair enough. So yeah, I think it was just a messy team fight, but I think it was necessary. It was a necessary team fight, but a messy one at that. So this is a 4v2 on the core. Luckily, we're back up. We get a kill on Zagara, and we get a kill on Malfurion. Sonya's back up. ETC is now going to chase Falstad instead of killing the person that's on our core. This person is winning the game for their team, and ETC decides to chase Falstad. We have a 3% core. I mean, it's pretty rough. I think Brightwing has played this game very well. Sonya has played fairly decently. I think I have played fairly decently. We see a Tracer backdoor here. But ETC comes in for the stage dive and gets the kill. Amazing. The one time stage dive came in there. So at this point we're kind of in a checkmate position. We need to turn in, we need to get some damage, but they have a false start. So I'm going to drop the rip GG. It was a close one, but we didn't quite make it. So if we take a quick look at the stats screen, we annihilated the Siege and the XP. We only died twice along with Brightwing and stuff, but yeah, it was a pretty rough game. I think Zeratul and ETC made that very, very difficult, much more than it needed to be. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below. Hope to see you all in the next one.